براند 18 في أمستردام. هنا الريجستريشن. Wow. Hello. Good morning. تجهيزات رائعة. هدى السيد من فريقنا في هولندا في أمستردام. Okay guys, I have Sean with me today from the crew. Hi Sean. Tell us a little bit about the event.
Well, this is, as we call it, Europe's leading branding conference. So we've got a huge eclectic mix from all around the world in the tech, the creative, marketing, branding. It's going to be amazing. We got Nat Geo, Toms, Uber. It's going to be a lot of controversial talk, but it's going to be exciting stuff.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Since our humble beginnings, we have told stories to connect us, inspire us, and make sense of our existence. To reach for new possibilities and transform our stories from imaginary to reality. You see, the way we communicate has changed. But what drives us remains the same. In this highly connected world, we all have a voice. And the stage is all
absolutely brilliant. So this video asks us, what's your story? So here's what we know. We know that good brands create stories, and we know that authentic brands use stories to connect their values to their customers, to create technology, to join stories and communities, to create groundbreaking, transformational experiences. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to uncover the best stories of your brand today? Because that's what On Brand is all about. Thank you. I'm Susan Lindner, CEO of Emerging Media from New York. So I'm coming from New Amsterdam here to the OG, the original Amsterdam. Shout out to everyone from Harlem and Bronx and Brooklyn. I bring with me the love of 10 million New Yorkers who have a massive debt of gratitude to pay beyond architecture alone. So I'll be your host and MC of the main stage today. All day long, the activities here, as well as the fabulous festivities into the evening. So get ready. I mean, the town center is called Dam Square. You can't get more specific than that. I think the founding fathers here in Amsterdam were pretty damn brilliant as well. So, I want to let you know this day is going to go by so fast, and what we ask of you today is to be fearlessly thirsty for knowledge, for new experiences, for new connections, and to fearlessly engage with the 1,600 brand marketers, thought leaders, tech experts, and really awesome people who have gathered together in this community today. Imagine the ability to not just learn from the main stage speakers here, but to every single person in this room. That's the opportunity that you have available to you today. So please, please, please take advantage. Is going to be showing you how incredible brand professionals just like you are getting to the authentic heart of the brand and pushing the limit of what it means to be on brand. Never before have brands moved to the center stage in business and in social activism and in setting a brave new agenda, unafraid to take sides. Brands are putting their money where their heart is. And it's paying off. When Nike sought to celebrate the 30-year anniversary of its tagline, "Just Do It," they decided to dig deep. Can we just stop for a minute, though, and consider what it is to have a 30-year tagline that still inspires us to overcome our own inertia and get off the couch and maybe go for a jog, or maybe even run the Ironman? Nike uniforms. The initial backlash was palpable and strong. People started burning their Nike gear and posting it online with the hashtag #JustBurnIt. As a result, the stock price for Nike plummeted 2% in a single day. Can you imagine the fear that that branding team had that day? Gino Fascinati, the VP of brand for Nike, said, "We believe Colin is one of the most inspirational athletes of this generation who has leveraged the power of sport to change the world. We want to energize its meaning and introduce Just Do It to a whole new generation of athletes." The branding team took a massive risk. How close was the Nike branding team to being off-brand? By the end of Labor Day, brands, knowing our core and having the courage to take it to its edge. It's about uncovering what makes each of our brands tick and also what makes the markets talk. We know one thing for sure: being on brand is not about control. Social media and influencers have already taught us that customers have as much role in shaping our brands as we do. That's why this conference isn't about control. It's about exposing the secrets to empower our brands to be better, to be braver, to be bolder, to be true to who we are, and to who our customers want us to be. So let me officially open this year's On Brand with an enthusiastic welcome to OnBrand18 and Brand On! And without further ado, will you please help me in welcoming the man behind On Brand, Chris Hall, the founder and CEO of Binder.
Wow, big crowd. So I wanted to start out with a quick shout out to the OnBrand team. They've been really burning the midnight oil. And it started with, you know, a casual get together 4 years ago, and they somehow magically been able to grow it into this, the Europe's leading branding event. And, you know, I have this dream of getting up on stage in front of everyone, forgetting what I was going to say. Created OnBrand really in the way that you create a brand as well. It starts with a strong vision. It needs a lot of teamwork, it's a lot of effort. There's a lot of partners involved, but most importantly, there's a community. You need a community to build a brand. And long story short, this wouldn't happen without you. This community is all about you as well. And you know, that might sound a little bit scary that, you know, we're building these brands so quickly and testing the limits of what consumers are expecting from your brand and why they rely on your brand. But to take these breakthrough steps, you need support. And that support is what you'll find right here at OnBrand today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Outstanding. Alrighty. So as your master of ceremonies, I want to give you a little bit of insight on all the exciting activities that we have planned for you today. So just some logistics and housekeeping to get started. We have curated for you here today 4 incredible experiences at OnBrand18. So I encourage you, first and foremost, to go out and explore and try them all on for size. You can easily move throughout the different experiences all day long. In fact, we've built buffers into each one of the talks. So once you hear a great speaker, get up, move around, and try one at one of our other stages. So first and foremost, right now you're looking at the main stage, and I'll be here all day with you. So if you want big, bold, game-changing ideas with lots of real-world experience. Now, if you've already pre-registered for workshops, you're going to go directly to the loft. So check on the schedule, make sure which workshop is yours. There's lots of people wearing Binder crew shirts. Seek someone out if you need to find your workshop. The Brand Tech Lounge is where you're going to find the heart of Binder. It's the perfect place to check out all the latest tech that's impacting brand managers today, from our exhibitors and sponsors. And if you want to stay at the cutting edge of brand management, this is the place you have to check out. And by the way, it's also the place to pick up your goodie bag with a beautiful water bottle, so stay hydrated all day. Go and check out the Brand Tech Lounge. And finally, the factory. This is what we're calling the sound bath of branding. So main stage speakers will be there with brilliant ideas in a very intimate setting, whispering, to have a one-on-one experience with each speaker. So it's a very unique place, incredible caliber speakers, but go up there and try a kind of a more intimate experience from a conference like this one. So we have an amazing array of speakers in every single room, so try them out and see which one works best for you. And by all means, come on back here to the main stage, which is known as the warehouse. So, you heard Chris say that we are creating.
حنروح دحين على الفاكتوري، هناك في one of the workshops اللي حنحضرها إن شاء الله، وهحاول قد ما أقدر أنقل لكم هي. طبعا المكان هذا كله في الأساس كان مصنع سكر، وقلبوه كله للإيفنت والمؤتمرات والأشياء زي كذا. Great place, amazing lightings, sound systems, atmosphere خرافي. لبسونا سماعات هنا عشان كل اللي هنا لابسين سماعات، ما في مايكات.
So all of these things combined meant that the experience, the feeling that people got from it was being broadcast out into the internet and into TV waves, and Corona was getting the credit. They were getting a lot of cultural impact based on this. So they actually, one of the statistics became a top trending topic in Twitter all across Mexico, just in this one event in Mexico City. Another lesson we learned, to bleed your assets. So another way to amortize costs over time and over executions and over geographies is to think about how you might use what you've created in different ways. So in this case, we took the 3D assets inside the VR world and we created, this sort of portal at retail. So there's a parallax to this window, this TV screen, and as you walk by it moves. By our daily commutes into the office, but the idea of this video game is that you're riding in the streets, you're trying to dodge these biker lanes trying to kill you. You have a little bell on the bike you can use to avoid them. And it just creates a really fun, really immersive video game. We designed this game to be something that can be taken around to different events and just be part of a sort of VR showcase for the technology for the department. And one of the things we learned here is the power of voyeurism. So when we were designing this whole experience and letting people test and try it, we learned that not only was it really fun for the people playing the game, but it was almost as fun for the people watching the people playing the game. The sort of
This intro should be longer though. Good morning, good morning. My name is Danny Friedman. I'm the moderator for today. I had my 6th espresso. Looking forward to my 7th. We talked a little bit about AI, about this mobile device, and now we're going to talk about the leaders in global brand management. Give it up to Gerben!
Thanks, Danny. Good morning, everybody. You having fun so far? Good. I'm Gerben Blijberg. I work at Global Image Management. I'm responsible for the commerce. I live here in Amsterdam in the Netherlands, and our company is based here. I'm very proud to be here and to give you a presentation about what we do and how we help our customers. There's a little bit of an echo. To help our customers with is to also take the capture from this morning with the opening, when she was saying it's not about controlling the brand anymore, but also to expose your brand. And we fully acknowledge that. And this is what we want to show you. Let me start by showing you our showroom.
Your brand is part of your organization. It's expressing people, place physical touch points, and above all, experience. And above all, it is what makes your business unique. It is what makes always have a choice. With the explosion, always have a choice. Touch points. How do you manage the explosion in new tiers of brand touch right choice? How do you manage image management provides a full-service brand management solution. We work with some image managers, biggest providers, full-service.
We want to flatten our brand. We want to make sure that people are excited about it and that it needs to be visual. We had HSBC, the bank, coming to us and saying, guys, when we are going into our offices, we've got these plain white walls. We've got meeting rooms which are tall, and there's no enthusiasm. How can you help us to make this more inspiring place and for people to work in? Well, we helped them. We ensured that there was a guideline to ensure that there's workplace branding, graphics, and a color palette. And just a question, how many logos did we use? But not to look at the consistency, but to ensure coherency. So we are helping our customers to make that shift from push to pull. And we need to help them and to ensure that when you've got your brand, it's flying, but you still have it in the control. I wanted to show you this slide as, could you imagine for yourself all the brand touch points, both digitally and physically? Do you know exactly how your brand is looking like in Asia, Europe, even in Europe, or in the US? What we've seen from our customers, and this is Gatingen, which is a healthcare company, they came to us and said, guys, we're
بيتكلم عن تول اسمها IBM Personality Insights. بيطلعوا منها الشخصيات ومعلومات مهمة عن كل شخصية من الناس اللي بتشتري منتجات، سواء في مجال الملابس، الفاشن أو الأطعمة، الفود، FMCG products، الفاست موفينج جودز في معظم دول العالم. هذه التول موجودة وافيلبل، نقدر نشوفها وننزلها ونستعملها.
Okay, so I just wanted to see how many people I might genuinely actually piss off and how many I might just moderately piss off today. So I'm going to start with a video that many of you have probably seen, but for those of you in the audience who haven't, let's give it a go. Didn't question it at all and just thought, oh, this is great. I really wish brands would do more things like this. Let's see. Hands up. How many of you thought, I'm really not sure if this is a good idea or not? Yeah, interesting. Because what is the role for stuff like this? Whether you're suit supplying or just kind of provoking, or whether you're Nike and you're actually taking on something as meaty as racism in America and the national anthem debate, what is the point? Does it actually work? Does it drive brand love? Does it drive advocacy? Does it get people to pay more for you? And if not, then what? Because, as you might know, in this era of attention economy and the fact that no one is paying attention with ad blocking, it's hard enough to get noticed, and of the stuff that is noticed, only 16%. Brand worth has never faced fierce scrutiny. For 69% of leading brands, people are simply not prepared to pay more than they have to. And then there's this. 40% of Fortune 500 companies will be gone in 10 years. The average lifespan of a business has dropped 84% in the last couple of decades. Look around. Look at the people in your row. 4 of those people are working for brands that won't exist in 10 years. That's pretty scary, right? But some brands are flourishing. Some brands are fitting into our lives, our language, our culture, our lexicon, and many of them are doing it with no media spend at all. How? They know something that some others don't, that customers are really in control. They know that, enabled by technology, they own brands. We don't, and if as brand managers we think we do, we're really cause that they believe in, not to sell them stuff. We at Iris call these brands participation brands. And we wanted to study them. We wanted to understand what makes them tick. What are the drivers? How do they behave and how can we replicate their success? So, along with the University of Amsterdam and several of the brand professors there, we came up with a study to see if there was a formula. Can we turn the science of customer involvement into a formula that any brand can make actionable and any brand can apply? The study was run across 6 markets, 7 sectors, 16,600 consumers participated, and 211 brands were part of it. A little bit about the methodology, but this is the boring part, so I'll go through it quickly. You can ask me questions later. For a set of familiar brands, we asked questions like, what is the emotional response? Does this brand make you excited, angry? Does it make you just kind of go, whatever? And at the end of it, what we came up with is a total score for the participation brand index for each brand. So, what did we learn? There are 10 major headlines that came out of the Dutch findings, which are just finished. So today I'm going to share a couple of general ones, and then I'm going to talk about 3 of the headlines that we thought were particularly interesting. The first one was kind of funny, and as someone who doesn't come from here, I thought this was quite interesting. So, we asked people to rank, strongly agree on all kinds of behaviors, the little pink line in the center is the Netherlands. Now, I come from a country which is the outside circle, from America, where everyone is fly, enthusiastic, rah-rah, and in the Netherlands, they're not so big on customer involvement, and if you make it then to like a cafe or a restaurant here, you might know that. But the point is, you've got to work with it well. The thing is, participation, getting your customers involved actually works. Participation gets your markets talking about you. This is the correlation between Net Promoter Score and the total PBI index ranking. The higher your involvement, the more people are likely to talk about you and share. It also drives value. This is the correlation between PBI and willingness to pay more. Get people involved, and actually you can command a higher price premium. And finally, when people talk about you, when they pay more, that actually drives growth. That drives returns for your shareholders. So we looked at and tried to see if there was a correlation between interbrand rankings year over year. We actually looked at safer than playing it safe. So really, that's true everywhere. Pissing Dutch people off is much safer than playing it safe. And why is that? So this campaign soup supply that I started off with, this caused a lot of reaction, but it had 0 negative business impact. Why? Well, just like people, you're not interesting if you have no opinions, if you have no stance on things. So, this is Bjorn Borg Sportswear. They did a campaign that asked people to exchange their drugs for sportswear. Now, in Amsterdam, that might not seem that weird, but around the rest of the world, that's pretty provocative. But the question is not whether to do these things, not what kind of provocations and to what extent you should go. But actually, this is interesting. The question you really should be looking at is the cost of not doing something. Apathy is very dangerous. Apathy costs you. So this is the correlation between apathy and willingness to pay more. The more apathy there is around your brand, people don't know your brand making them angry. But they're also 44% more likely to be willing to pay more for your brand. So if you want to take a risk, they're a great group to try. And here's an example of a brand that really took this to heart when they tried to do a new product launch.
This is the nemesis. Made for creators. Made for him, them, definitely him. And let's be honest, if you're too slow, too boring, predictable or scared, they're not made for you. So prove you're worthy with the daily skills challenges and get access to Nemesis next. Exclusive acts, epic battles, and a chance to become the next big thing. Or don't bother, because they're probably not made for you anyway.
So this is the Abby Nemesis boot. It's a boot that's quite technical. It's made for the top 2% of footballers. And they said, when they launched it, they won't be like the point. But what you see is that anger is really ephemeral. Brand love is something that lasts, and doing nothing is really dangerous. So what is the right choice to make? It's pretty clear. Take a stand. Let the haters hate, because sitting on the fence really costs you in the long run. The second headline I want to talk about, story number 5, the Dutch will pay more for human brands. So it's tricky to get people anywhere to pay more for something, but as you might know if you live here, it can be particularly tricky to get Dutch people to part with their dollars.
So, ladies, how many times have you found yourself in a crowded place? Think a sporting event. Think a busy department store on the weekends. Maybe a conference like this. and you found yourself fidgeting in a long, long, long line for the women's restroom.
So it's not just about better, faster, larger, more productive. There's something else going on. There's big shifts in society that are happening that we need to be aware of and change the way that we approach with our branding the world around us. One of these is going from manufacturing and mass-produced stuff to it being crafted with love. From being owned, we have to own everything, to the fact that we are fine with sharing out our power, using somebody else's power. We're going from this efficiency-driven society where more faster to a more personal approach, all of which enabled somehow by technology to make people feel better, be happy.
طبعا هنا بيحطوا سماعات ما بنسمع، فاللي حسويه بحط لكم السماعة دي على الصوت عشان تسمعوا.
Leader showing you the beat, showing you what to do, and you'd have to work super hard. And if you're lucky, you might become the second violin. But you only become the first violin if that person dies. It's shifting to something more like a jazz band. For sure, there's a rhythm. Somebody's indicating the rhythm, but there's much more room for personal expression and solos, and also much more enjoyable. We're going from this place where it's all about blind greed to actually caring about the planet. Richard Branson calls this Plan B, where we have to put people, planet alongside profits. All of this is awesomely summarized in a book called The Purpose Economy that outlines a lot of these shifts. One of the key things here is that we're seeing that we're not doing stuff in order to make more money. Companies and organizations. The premises of the book is that you can't sit still. If you're going to sit still, you're going to die. And I think marketers, communicators, PR people have a very special role to play in all of this. This is Alan Turing, who conceived the computer, but it wasn't him who built everything that we're using now or even commercialized it. Those were the engineers who came after. And I think it's similar to the role of marketers, communicators today. You might not have conceived this authentic and purpose-driven economy. A lot of it comes from startups and technology driving it, but I do believe that it's you guys that are going to change the culture. By the way, I'm Stefan. I drive a moderately priced car that fits my family. I have 2 boys. I like going on boats. I have a collection of bow ties, and I like tinkering with machines. And a revolution that caused distance to close down. And now we're getting up this pyramid of Maslow to this place where things are more about meaning and purpose. An interesting thing with technology is that it's something that compounds over time. So first we had stuff that was non-digital, that moved online, and it was flat, but you could find it faster. Then things changed into this networking, semantic web structure, and now we're coming to the point where all of that skill is coming back to something that's much more human and accessible. There's something going on about the input-output and how we interact with machines. And this is where meaning comes in. Let's give you an example from the tech world. Before we had white pages, that moved online to something like Craigslist, the most beautiful website ever created. Then we got stuff with social networking like Facebook, LinkedIn, etc.
So the different kinds of purpose are, and this comes from this book, The Purpose Economy. There's actually three. There's many ways, but there's three major categories. One is the purpose of your employees, or the purpose of your customers, or you can go up the supply chain. And here are some examples of companies, fuels, which is hurting the planet. And who wants to work at Shell? They have a massive HR problem. In May, they just denied a shareholders' resolution to take a more sustainable strategy. And the reason why they said no, their CEO said this: it's not our place to do that, it should be the government. Which is the opposite of actually taking a stand and doing something that you believe in your culture. Another shift that we're seeing is, I believe in story doing. And next example I want to show you is Nike, about Kaepernick, Colin Kaepernick, who was having this protest of kneeling during the anthem, the American anthem. And the timing in which Nike chose, it's very brave, because they didn't know what the backfire would be. And it's quite I think it's a brave statement as a company to get involved in politics, especially US politics. But they did that, and I just want to show you that video in case you haven't seen it. I'm sure you don't mind seeing it one more time.
If people say your dreams are crazy, if they laugh at what you think you can do,
that's what I've been getting back to.
طبعا هذا براند تومز موجود هنا. ووروكم.
Have you tried the VR kit?
So هنا في the experience of the VR. So what do you want to show me in the VR now?
I'm going to send you to one of our destinations where we give.
You're gonna send me, sorry, you're gonna send me to
one of the 70 countries where we give our products.
Okay.
And we'll show you in a few minutes time how we as the employee and staff member, when you work at Tom's,
Yeah.
you will join one of the giving trips as well. As you work your full-time contract, you finish your first year.
Okay.
You will join the giving the group.
Okay, so okay, that's great.
So you experience yourself as well how it goes.
That's great. So I'll try it now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll send you to Peru.
Peru,
You don't need
okay.
sunscreen, you can just go.
Fine,
just like Europe.
fine. I'm gonna go to Peru, guys. يلا, let's wait. تجربة الفي ار مع تومز كانت رهيبة. رحنا مدينة وقعدنا نتفرج على كيف بيوزعوا اللي هي وانتم بكرامة الجزم، الأشياء الثانية للناس المحتاجين هناك. تجربة حلوة كفي ار. I think يعني معظم البراندز الآن صارت تتجه لهذا التوجه إنه يعملوا في ار عشان خاطر يوروا الناس على أرض الواقع كيف ممكن إيش يعيشوا تجربة التوزيع الأشياء دي في البراندز. نخرج فترة راحة سريعة بريك، ناخد كويك بايت كذا ونرجع نكمل. طبعا الجو ما شاء الله تبارك الله خرافي. هنا في فود تراكس عاملينها. طبعا شوفوا هذا المصنع، يعني الايفنت موجود بيقام هنا في هذا المصنع. الشجر كان مصنع سكر من زمان وقلبوه كله للايفنت، فهنا عاملين فود تراك برا للي يبغى يجي ياكل. وفي مواقف السيارات هاي تتسع ل 300 سيارة. المدخل طلع من جوا من الناحية الثانية، سو ادخل من هناك مرة ثانية. ما شاء الله فول هاوس. 1600 حاضر إلى الآن. وصلنا. اوكي.
Nee, dus ik denk dat het nu langzaam een beetje op zijn.
Wat nou dus nieuw
نتابع.
Third set, best set. Are you ready for the best content of the day? The very, very best? I want you to know I did a little wardrobe change. I just wanted to keep things interesting. And for those of you who don't know, the very best photographer in all of Europe is capturing this event. And he asked me, in case you all don't know, you graphic types, you have to do the selfie pose in a way that really captures the attention. Am I getting it right? Okay. So, it's time to get excited. Are we ready? Bring it on!
Woo!
Okay. So, our next speaker has been Kind Brand. You know this because you've been drinking their free coffee all day long. I'm talking, of course, about Tom's. And Tom's shoes, I think, has impacted so many of our lives, whether we wear it on our feet or we see that brand all over the world, helping children put new shoes on feet. This is a brand that is standing for tomorrow. and thinking about new ways of innovating in sustainability. With the whole social impact space absolutely overrun, with wannabes dedicated to a supposed purpose, and some really earnestly trying to live up to what a brand like Tom's and so many other great brands have accomplished. How does a brand like Tom's innovate its own model for sustainability and create new ways to talk? She is the marketing director for Tom's in the EMEA region, and she is going to tell us how this South African mom of 2 teenagers and a Dutch national herself is changing how we think about sustainability at Tom's. Please welcome Lisa Hawk.
Welcome. Thank you. I'm so not excited to see myself on those massive screens. I saw it this morning. I thought there's nothing more frightening than a 50-foot tall Lisa Hogg. So thank you so much for joining us today. We want to talk about standing for tomorrow. And I'm not going to talk a lot about the other space, but I want to talk about the fact of our essential need to innovate within social sustainability. So it's cluttered out there. From brands who are as authentic in this space as we are, like Patagonia. If some of you don't know, they're busy suing Donald Trump at the moment for the legislation he wants to change around public lands. They've been born in environmental activism, they totally belong there. But then on the screen what you'll see is there are a couple of others where, you know, they want to make a change as well. The question I have is the indelible difference in here will be whether it is innate to their brand and to their business. Now Tom's we throw our arms open wide to the increase in business with purpose or business for good. But, you know, based on the theory that we believe that a group of concerned citizens can change the world. But what we do want to kind of impress is if we're going to take this commercial gravitas to pro takes a little bit of a hit on your bottom line. So as we, you know, I'll be blunt, I am paper-nicked the fuck out at this point in time from this conference and from other conferences I've been to, because it's powerful, it's meaningful, it's topical, but what would make the difference for me is, you know, is there other investments in the non-profits that are actually on the ground, that are doing the dirty work on a day-to-day basis? So if you want to be in purpose, are you actually putting your money where your mouth is, or as was referenced earlier today, where your heart is, to really, really make a change out there? This is going much better than my friend Tina's experience as a clicker earlier. So what I never make the assumption on when I present for Tom's is that everybody in the room knows who we are. So for those of you who do know, bear with me for a second. Started with shoes. To date, we have given over 86 million pairs of shoes to children in need throughout the world, with obviously the help of our consumers to restore sight. This happens through working with organizations that have clinics in rural areas that focus on either cataract surgery or actually providing prescription glasses. Cataract surgery takes about 15 minutes and can fully restore someone's sight. Probably takes less time than you take to choose your next pair of sunglasses, which should be Tom's, by the way, if you can get the subtle hint. Then in 2014, we did the natural progression into coffee, which you've all enjoyed today, and hopefully we can count all the cups of coffee we've given and give you a heads up on how many days or weeks of water that has covered. And at this point, I didn't mention, with eyesight, we've restored over 600,000 people's sight, and with water, we've been able to give over 500,000 weeks of water. So, you know, this is amazing. And I and all my colleagues are super proud of the brand that we work for, the place that we had in the beginning. The reason I have this little graphic on the screen is because when we started, it was a unique story. We gave shoes, we sold shoes, we made impact, and no one else had that. And the growth was exponential, the word of mouth was amazing. We didn't even need marketing, which was stuck for me, because that's my job. But things have changed. So we're like, what do we do now? But we have to remember, the people that we rely on to create the impact are our consumers. Without them, we can't do anything that we do, because we are simply the bridge. We're the bridge from their money going to the people who need it. So what we've decided, what we've been busy with is actually starting to obsess about our consumer. And where we've landed is a consumer called the everyday respectful. And this consumer crosses over millennial and Gen Z. It is a silence. But the thing that we see time and time again is the fact that consumers feel paralyzed. The world is going to hell in a handbasket at the moment. And people forget that it's kind of simple kindnesses or simple acts. There's a quote that we use in the office that I referenced a little bit earlier, was just that never doubt that a group of concerned citizens can change the world, because in fact it's the only thing that ever has. So trying to find ways of what do these guys care, well, guys and girls, what do they, I'm South African, I say guys for everybody, so what do they care about? What is really concerning them, and how can we as a brand create that platform for them to engage in? I think as an example brand, everyone at this point alone. So we've spent time with our German, French and UK friends to try and understand what are those issues that are really bubbling up. Because as much as we want to be consistent, anyone who's worked across EMEA knows that we have a lot of nuances to take into consideration. That we want to show globally consistent, but if we want to talk about local matters, and as much as there are some overarching ideas and issue areas that they care about, it still kind of ladders up in a different way. I think we know this is true if you just, if we had to tell a joke of a German, a Frenchman, and an Englishman walks into a bar, we know that there's plenty of material around there to kind of tell a story. What we've seen with Germans, for example, is that they really care about dignity. They really believe in the fact that so far, we've actually seen quite a good reaction. Tom's has very small marketing budgets. And I had a conversation with a friend of mine just kind of probably half an hour ago, on it would be great to have an example of brands that are trying to make a difference on a dime. And we're really trying to tell the story, and it's the first time we've actually had some kind of more substantial media investments, and I use the phrase more lightly. And what we've done there as well is we're working with a company called Good Loop. Good Loop is a media company, like any other media buying company out there.
And still feel completely isolated. I first took to the streets with my sisters 3 years ago. I cut hair from men and women who are homeless. I'll spend time listening and learning about the person in front of me and their story. I believe that each and every one of us is hardwired for human connection, and a haircut is a great way to experience this and to make someone feel more dignified in the process.
So, thanks Tina. Sorry.
1, 2, 3. Very good. How amazing is that 3 or 4 seconds of a song can instantly put the exact same image in all of your heads. Let's try it one more time. So this time I'm going to play you just 4 notes, 2 unique notes, but 4 notes in total. I will, I promise. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you. Thanks for playing along, appreciate it. That is the extent of the audience participation, I promise. So movies have this amazing ability to captivate us and play with our emotions. They take us on this roller coaster of emotions, and they have this ability to control them. And when we leave after having watched the movie, we usually talk about it with our friends. And I think as brand storytellers, this is everything we want to achieve as well. I know as a brand storyteller, this is the exact kind of ability that I would like to have. And I would argue that some brands are already managing to do this. So lesson one from the movie industry that I think all of us as brand storytellers can learn is that the strongest narrative wins. So this is a guy called Tolarov. Tolarov was many things. He was a hey, Bill, what do you think of my new branding? Bill says, I hate it, I think we should change it. Okay, great, let's change it. So this is how small businesses can operate when having conversations. They have real life, face-to-face conversations. But there is a disruption to that. There's a disequilibrium, and that's when businesses inevitably scale and they're forced to turn to traditional online forms that look a little bit like this when asking for that information, asking for feedback. And this is a very cold experience. And how I know it's a cold experience was because of the recognition. And the recognition is in the market, where the industry average for completion rates of these forms and surveys is around 15%. So think about that, 100% from 100% of people that visit the form, and 50% actually get to the end. Imagine if all of your conversations were like that. You could be very insecure very quickly. So the attempt is Typeform comes along, and this should show you a little bit about Typeform. Okay, so Typeform, next generation forms. It brings a conversational, engaging, and interactive edge to the online form space. So that was our attempt at getting back to this kind of real-life conversations that we have with small businesses. And then the new equilibrium is a time now where people, consumers, employees, customers can complete online forms to give their information, to give their opinion, and not feel like they're just being given a laundry list of questions and being interrogated. But instead of a movie, it's your brand narrative, it's your brand story that you're telling, that you're presenting in front of this ideal customer. As brand storytellers, we have this power. Remember, editing has a power to take people all the way up to pure delight or all the way down to pure disgust. And there's a whole range of emotions in between this. An average brand, a mediocre brand, might achieve something like this when editing together their brand story. A deplorable brand, excuse me, I've had a cold. A deplorable brand might achieve something a little bit like this. So as they edit together their brand interactions, and think brand interactions are everything you put out there publicly. Absolutely everything. Your support tickets, your campaigns, tweets. A great brand, and one I imagine we aspire to be, would probably achieve something like this, but it's important to say the brands can do something a little bit like this. And I'm going to show you an example of that now. Miracle Mattress. You may or may not have heard about this, but I would imagine that if they didn't do what I'm just about to show you that they did, you almost definitely wouldn't have heard about them unless you lived in wherever this tiny little place is in Texas. Anyone from Texas? No, okay, so I think that holds true. Miracle Mattress, a small family-run company that sells mattresses in a local town in Texas. Everything's going well for them. I want you to imagine that this is the first or the 40th or the 4,000th brand interaction that you have had with this brand. So this is pretty good. It's a headline online.
Alrighty, for our last talk of the day, I think it's only fitting that it has the longest title. So Dave, you win for the longest title talk in all of OnBrand18. Which is surprising because Dave Gerardo, the Vice President of Marketing at Drift, is actually here to tell you about the shortcuts for slicing through wasted branding and marketing dollars and to convince you that your brand is your best investment yet. Please join me as we gather to hear Dave's talk, which is entitled, Why Brand Building is the single best investment you can make if you're serious about growing your business into year and how to do it without hiring a six-figure agency or a team of creatives.
I wasn't up here earlier saying, well, this is an average title for a presentation. So now, at least we all know that this was the longest one. But I'm super excited to be here. My name is Dave Gerhardt. I'm a little jet lagged because I flew in from Boston yesterday, but I've had enough coffee to at least know where I'm at. So happy to be here at last session of the day. So yeah, this is the title slide. It's very long, but I love long titles because it gives you a little bit more opportunity to tell stories. So, if you want to grab my slides, actually this is the easiest thing to do because 30 minutes up here goes by really fast. Although this is counting the other way. So 30 minutes goes by fast. Grab my slides right there. If you go to drift.com/#DG slides, those are my initials plus slides. I wasn't up here earlier saying, well, this is an average title for a presentation. So now, at least we all know that this was the longest one. But I'm super excited to be here. My name is Dave Gerhardt. I'm a little jet lagged because I flew in from Boston yesterday, but I've had enough coffee to at least know where I'm at. So happy to be here at last session of the day. So yeah, this is the title slide. It's very long, but I love long titles because it gives you a little bit more opportunity to tell stories. So, if you want to grab my slides, actually this is the easiest thing to do because 30 minutes up here goes by really fast. Although this is counting the other way. So 30 minutes goes by fast. Grab my slides right there. If you go to drift.com/#DG slides, those are my initials plus slides. What's in it? Oh, 3 egg whites, 6 almonds, 4 cashews, 2 dates. Yeah, that seems pretty healthy, right? So they told you what was exactly in the bar and put that on the front of the packaging and then said, hey, you decide, right? I'm not going to bullshit you. These are the ingredients, you try them. And this is when they took off. So just 3 years later, they did $130 million in sales. So they went from 600,000 to 130. How do I know which products are actually going to help me get hit my goals in my business? It's crazy. And on top of that, marketing channels have absolutely exploded. Look, trust me, I know you don't need a slide for me to make this point, right? In my pocket on my shattered iPhone, which is so sad, I dropped it yesterday. There's probably 30 channels in there that I use every single day. Email, Snapchat, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff. I love, whenever I show this slide, I always think back to like the early 2000s or late 90s. Think about that first marketer who was doing email marketing. She probably sent out an email and got 90% open rate, 80% click rate, right? Because there's no other channels. Now today, marketers are literally like high-fiving each other because they get a 20% open rate and a 5% click rate. And that's because we're just drowning in all these channels today. And really, every company in this room, without me knowing a lot about you, everybody has a blog, everybody has a podcast, everybody's doing social media, everybody's on, you're doing inbound marketing, you were blogging, you could win. Today, that's not the case anymore. And you know, like nobody in this room is thinking, you know what I wish I had? I wish I had more content from brands. I need another podcast to listen to on my commute home tonight. I wish another company that I had a blog, right? Nobody thinks that. Anybody ever use the app Pocket? Okay, well, that didn't go over well. Maybe it's different. But anyway, this is an app I used to use all the time. And the purpose of the app was it saved articles for later. Saved articles that I wanted to read because I don't want to read them during the day. I'll read them later on my commute. And I used to love this, but then recently I have the app on my phone and I realized that this is just where articles go to die, right? I save them in Pocket and I never read them. Marketing playbook that you used 5, 6, 7 years ago. Because we now all live in this world of infinite supply. And I'm going to talk more about infinite supply versus limited supply, but these channels like AdWords, SEO, Facebook, lead forms. This stuff works really well when the supply is limited. If you're the only company that has these brown pants, then as a buyer, I'm okay with jumping through all these hoops in order to get those pants, right? But when supply is infinite, I'm not gonna go through that process. I know that I can go somewhere else and get a better experience. And so for us at Drift, being one of literally 7,000 companies in this space, from day one, we've thought about how can we use brand to be our differentiator. And even if you're not in marketing tech, you can't relate to my slide with 7,000 competitors. My guess is that in any given industry, sneakers, pants, water bottles, flowers, whatever, right? There is hundreds of competitors in every industry. All those things are going to wash your clothes, right? But which one are you going to
Okay, party people, it's getting to be that time. So, first and foremost, I want to say thank you, and just a little send-off before we go. I think it's been a phenomenal day here at OnBrand18, and I just want to stop and reflect for a moment on some of the things that we learned here today. We've learned that humans have a capacity for pure delight and pure disgust, as we saw in that awesome discussion about the film and what it teaches us about storytelling. And I sincerely hope we're really aiming for that delight most of the time. But can we really calculate exactly where that delight and disgust falls when we're looking at brands like Nike and Kaepernick? Do we know if we're in order to generate that maximum impact on the people that we seek to connect with? How do we calculate exactly how the public will respond? Or do we just stick with our authenticity and push to the edge? Or is it like Hélène Sylvain told us, pop culture is savage and it's eating brands alive. We either become proactive brands or we die. And I just loved Amy Brown's research, who proved to us once and for all that if you want to charge more, if you want to get more attention, and you want more engagement, have an opinion. Take a side. We also heard from our prophet, Shingy, our very own digital prophet here at OnBrand18, who showed us once again that through all the tech, as humans, we make decisions about brands with our heart. Realities, where Corona curates your virtual reality staycation and music is turned into virtual sculpture right before your eyes. So at OnBrand18, you've shown us how, all of you, to stay authentic, to get to the soul of our brands, and challenge us to go farther, faster. And the theme of today is to uncover what is great about who we are. So, in the spirit of what Chris Hall told us this morning, the founder of Binder, he said to us, this is our tribe, this is our conference, and this is your year to take all of these experiences that we've learned and draw on this community together. And so that is why I'm kicking off the cocktail hour.
ختاما نتمنى يكون الكونفرنس عجبكم، وحقيقة إن شاء الله نقدر إحنا نتعلم دائما، يعني ننقل الخبرات وننقل الأشياء المفيدة اللي نقدر نستفيد منها عندنا، نستفيد منها على نطاق منتجاتنا وخدماتنا للشركات السعودية والخليجية. يعطيكم العافية وسامحوني لو في أي تقصير، ونشوفكم إن شاء الله على خير.